On poppin'.
You're rocking with the newest radio show on Hamilton Radio, My Sports Radio.
Heels and lines. It's a dig.
Trainer right next to me is saying, you may hear it. Down goes Breeder. Down goes Breeder. Going to be fielded by Lorenzo Neal at the 25. Chases it back to Wycheck. He throws it across the field to Dyson. He's got something. He's got something. 50. He's got it. 40. He's got it. 20. 10. He's got it. End zone. Touchdown. Right. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
It's radio. It's the greatest sports talk show host in the business. The dynamic duo. Your host, John Tell and Daniel Mercado.
What's going on, everybody? We are ready to rock and roll. It's another beautiful Wednesday here, February 10th. You're listening on HamiltonRadio.net, simulcast on Facebook. You're here with your boys on My Sports Radio. This is John Tell and my co-host, part of the dynamic duo, Daniel Mercado. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Johnny? It is another beautiful Wednesday, hump day, where we get to brighten everybody's day up with a little bit of sports.
Absolutely. Listen, major sports show today.
Huge.
Super Bowl recap. TB12 does it again.
Amazing.
I have a lot.
The guy's phenomenal, man.
He is, by the way. I mean,
he's handsome.
I wear
And
Uggs
he's
just
handsome.
because of him.
I know you do.
I know.
And you probably have a thong on with his name on it.
Yes.
I
Backwards,
believe it.
though.
I believe it. 100%. Oh, yeah. Front wedgie. 100%.
Listen, it is. Don't judge.
I'm not judging.
2021, don't
I'm not judging.
Guys
No
and
judgment.
girls, we have a big show. A lot of questions to ask.
Huge.
A lot of questions about Mahomes' future. A lot of questions to ask about the quarterback carousel.
Wow.
A lot of questions to ask about LeBron James in the recent news. I also want to dive into a little bit of hockey. I want to dive into a little bit of baseball. So I'm going to hit you with this. What you going to do, brother, when My Sports Radio comes for you? Let's get right into the show. First up, Tom Brady, seven-time
Say it one more time.
7-time
7 times?
Super Bowl champion, 6 with the Pats,
I can't
1
believe
with
it.
the Bucks.
I can't believe it. I did not see that coming.
So let me ask you a question. Is he the greatest athlete ever?
No.
Wow.
No.
It's fake news.
Greatest quarterback ever? Absolutely. But to say based on championships and athlete, and does he have the longevity? Yes. Is he the greatest quarterback at his position, the greatest player at his position? 100%. It's undeniable.
Okay.
There's no question now of who at quarterback, who's the GOAT. I don't care. You could say Montana. You could say whoever you want. You could say Brees, Aaron Rodgers, a genius at the quarterback level, but you cannot deny Tom Brady. And this is coming from a man who did not like anything New England the entire time that Brady was there. From the moment he took over for Bledsoe until he went to Tampa Bay, to this day, I do not like him. But I respect the hell out of that guy. He is phenomenal. He has put together some of the best football games that I've ever seen. He has actually broken down every toughest defense, except for maybe the Giants. But, I mean, what he's done to go from, in any other sport, let's just say in any other sport, it's hard to go to another team and win a championship, but it happens, right? And it's not so uncommon in baseball or basketball, but in football, where it takes the extreme of 11 guys to do their job, he has proven that he is the culture that was the Patriots way. He brought it with him. Yep. He took over in Tampa Bay, built that team basically from the ground up. They had a fairly decent defense. They had a lot of good players on defense. But that defense, no matter what you say, if you go back and you watch the film, before Tom Brady came there, that defense had a lot of good players, but they couldn't put it together. And he brought his leadership to that team, and man, he really elevated everybody's play.
So
phenomenal.
You're saying Tom Brady's the greatest franchise that ever was.
Facts.
I want
Facts.
to give a shout out here. I got Uncle Mike listening. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. You can share this wherever you want to share it. No doubt about it. Brad Evans, Johnny Butters,
Mercado
TD,
gang, what's
Thomas
going on?
Dominic's in the building. Sean Walsh, Steve Mandel. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in, watching two of the best in the biz. Do it again today. Tom Brady's got nothing on us. But let me follow up.
100%.
Andy Williams, what's going on? Let me follow up a little something with you with Tom
All
Brady.
right, let's do it.
Okay. Tom Brady. This is why Tom Brady's the greatest ever. I'm going to tell you this right now. Michael Jordan, obviously the greatest basketball player, okay?
6-0.
Okay. Very athletic. Harry Chaz, what's going on, brother? How we doing? Brooklyn's in the building here.
What up?
Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player, 6 titles. Obviously, Bill Russell had 11, right?
Yep.
So people have more, but Michael Jordan had the athleticism, the shot, that killer instinct, the winning.
Not just the winning. He did it on both sides of the court.
He did on both sides of the
9
court.
times defensive player of the year. I mean,
Okay.
you can't
Fine.
deny that.
Hockey, right?
And I got to tell you, it's incomparable because I've had this discussion on a couple sites about and the question I believe that somebody posed was, is Tom Brady now more dominant because of this win than Michael Jordan? And it's incomparable because Tom Brady's not playing on both sides of the ball.
Okay, but
Other than
I'm gonna get to that.
than that, on the scoring side, on the offensive side, you can't deny the guy.
No, but
you
I'm
cannot
gonna-
deny the guy.
I'm actually, that was, with your point you just made is exactly where I was going into it, because here's the thing. In basketball, it's 5 guys, okay? Total. Each guy has a position.
Is that a burger place?
Each guy has a position, yes. Each guy has a position, and Michael Jordan played with others in their positions that were all-time greats. Scottie Pippen, top 50 player. Dennis Rodman, arguably the greatest defender, rebounder ever. Okay?
Right.
Fair. Tom Brady's played with some greats, but let me tell you this. Tom Brady has also played with atrocious teams and won Super Bowls, a la the year where he won, where Troy Brown was his number 1 wide receiver and starting defensive back. He played both positions in the Super Bowl, okay? Tom Brady's one where Deion Branch won the MVP as a wide receiver.
Who?
Signed a big contract with the Seahawks, and then
disappeared.
nothing, right?
0.
The thing about it is, when Jordan left the Bulls, yes, they weren't the same team. You never lose the greatest player to ever play the game, but they went to the Eastern
you're saying they were
Conference
still
Finals.
good.
They were relevant. Tom Brady leaves the Patriots. They're 7-9.
Well, it wasn't just Tom Brady. They had a lot of opt-outs. A lot of teams had a lot of opt-outs. They weren't a complete defense.
They were not.
You had half the McCourties, which is the staple in their
You
defense.
act like there was 20. There's only 2.
No, I know.
You said half of the McCourties, like there was 40 of them. There's only 2.
No, but half of the McCourties, so that's 2. But that's 2 big positions that they.
I understand.
That
You still got
control
one of
their
the 2.
defense.
That's 50%. It's a large number. You acted as if there was 40, and now they said 20.
No, well, they weren't the only ones that
I
opted
know
out.
it's a little sketchy.
Hightower's not there.
Oh, it's a gray area.
So let's. It's a gray area. I live in the gray area.
I know you guys. I'm
live in the
trying.
gray.
I'm trying to
Did you
bring
see
you
my
to
hair?
one side. Yeah, a couple pieces are
left?
gray. Yeah, there's about 8 pieces. Half of them are gray. You
Talk
know.
to you later.
But it's all I'm saying is Tom Brady leaves. They're nothing. The Bucks
Absolutely.
last year, okay? The Bucks last year had a quarterback that threw for over 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Didn't make the playoffs. Tom Brady goes there. All the players say he galvanizes everybody. He teaches them how to win. You said it yourself. He teaches people how to be a consummate pro,
Yep.
right? Tom Brady lives, eats, breathes, sleeps professionalism. Tom Brady was picked 199 overall in the draft. Tom Brady ran the slowest combine, slower than offensive linemen. Tom Brady,
He's a 6th-round pick.
Tom Brady was said coming out of the draft that he had no arm strength. Okay, he could not throw the deep ball. He would fall down when
He was
people were in his
easily pushed,
face.
Yeah, easily pushed over. I think the comment was
Yep.
easily
Easily
pushed
pushed
down. Didn't have arm strength. Was not mobile.
He comes in. Since then, has thrown 50-plus touchdowns in a year. Since then, he has won 7 titles.
Out of 10.
Since
He's
then,
been to 10.
almost 70% of his career has been in upper echelon championship games, conference finals or more.
Phenomenal.
Since then, he's missed the playoffs once.
It's actually an unbelievable feel-good story.
The crazy thing is about Tom Brady is Tom Brady will never have the physical prowess like a Jordan, even like a Wayne Gretzky, even like a Ken Griffey Jr., right? Some of these guys that were just so next level, you look at them and you look at their body, the physical specimen, and you're like,
You checking out their bodies?
yeah. I mean, how can you not?
Men in tights?
Men in they're on TV. You're just looking at a guy.
Yeah, it's what it
I don't
is.
know, you want me to tell you? What do you want me to?
I'm
want
down,
me,
bro. It's okay.
I know, but you want me to watch it?
still love you, bro.
You want me to not watch it, but then when the ball's on the screen, you take the glasses off?
No, just don't hold my hand.
I won't hold your hand. It's okay. I'm just letting you know. Yeah, what do you want me to do? You know, so the thing of it is for me, that's the reason why he's the greatest of all time. He is up against all odds. He literally looks like me in football pads. Okay, he's just taller.
He's a
Oh,
little
come
more
on, bro.
handsome.
Don't you
He's
almost
a
have
little
to
more
be
handsome.
Okay, all right. He's a little more. He's married to.
I bet he smells like lavender, man. That
You
guy.
think so?
Yeah,
I don't smell like
I tell
lavender.
you.
He's got me beat there.
What was it in the movie Ted when they broke into his house?
Yeah.
Right, and they break into his house and they pull off the sheets and like the gold light
And
comes
gold
up.
light. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. But it's that's why for me when I look at him, look at the difference between LeBron James going to 8 NBA championships and look at how LeBron looks. Right? LeBron's a physical specimen. Huge, right? Guy's in shape, whatever.
Absolutely.
Tom Brady,
Beast.
Tom Brady's diet is avocado ice cream and no tomatoes. I'm being serious. Like this is
Yep.
and the guy
No tomatoes.
the guy's 43. He goes out there and he just doesn't care. He sits there, he takes the hits when he has to, but he makes every single person better. And I tell you this,
I gotta tell you,
no one needed Leonard Fournette. No one wanted him, right? Nobody wanted Leonard Fournette. The Jags cut him. Gronkowski retires. Nobody wanted to sign him. Okay?
I'm gonna tell you who the real winner of this Super Bowl is.
Who?
Shady.
Well, I know.
Shady
I know,
McCoy
back
wins
to
a
back.
Super Bowl last year
Yeah, but he
and gets traded to another team and wins the Super Bowl again this year.
Yeah, it's fake news.
Has anybody realized that Blaine Gabbert is not a Super Bowl winner?
Yeah, but it's the same thing as saying Trent Dilfer is
Yeah.
or
but
Brad Johnson. They're both cacas. They both won chips.
I just couldn't couldn't wait to segue into you saying cacas again.
I hear you. I understand. I'm letting you know. It's just come on. It's trash.
Bro,
But
he is amazing.
It's just crazy to watch a guy like this.
I hope Tom Pasquale is watching this because this is the one time in your life that I happen to be, that John blessed me to be a part of this wonderful radio show, to be a part of this great dynamic duo. And he has been listening to me for the past probably 20 years tell him how much I hate the Patriots and how much I dislike Tom Brady because he's so perfect.
No, Tom Brady's great. But now I want to stay here with in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Who won? Who was the real MVP? Was it Tom Brady or was it the
Todd
Tampa
Bowles.
Bay defense?
Todd Bowles in the defense.
Okay, you think so?
I think so. I think, and I'm going to tell you why, because the game before, he throws 3 interceptions.
Okay,
He throws 3 interceptions.
two of them were trash.
What?
They were off tips.
Off tips, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but the one was a very obvious interception,
Terrible.
very unlike Tom Brady.
Yes,
right.
They're terrible.
But this defense, when they say defense wins championships, I mean this is a staple. Todd Bowles now has 2 Super Bowl championships, one as a player and one as a coach. And man, do I wish, and do Jets fans wish? I've been seeing the comments everywhere. I'm a big Jet fan.
Sorry to
and
hear
I'm
that.
yeah, I know it's all right. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I'm a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jets,
tremendous.
Mets, Knicks. It's all right. You're with me on some of that. But while I'm eating this humble pie,
That's a big piece.
yeah, huge. I've been watching this guy. I mean, just take over games, and it's amazing to watch how Todd Bowles and Tom Brady have put this offense and the defense together for a perfect recipe for a Super Bowl, and it was great to watch. The only issue I had was with the Kansas City Chiefs laying the egg on a touchdown, not even one tutty.
Have you ever seen a group of wide receivers who didn't show up more or less than the wide receivers for Kansas City? I honestly,
Have you seen the meme going up, the video of like a guy wearing a Mahomes jersey and he's like getting tackled and he's just throwing the ball up, does a flip, throws the ball behind his back, and the ball hits everybody in the head.
It was never more apparent to me how much Mahomes actually means to that team. 100%. It was never more apparent how good Mahomes was as a QB. There was some throws.
He is much better than the rest of that team.
Do you remember Tecmo Super Bowl back in the day? You remember that game, Tecmo Super Bowl?
Yeah, when you ran around in a figure eight.
Yes. Do you remember? The cheat code where you'd call hike and you could run all the way back, and then he would throw it all the way down,
throw it all the way forward,
and it'd be a touchdown.
Yep.
Right. So it was funny because as I'm watching this game, I'm talking to a friend of mine. And he runs around, he's running, runs backwards, runs like 40 yards, and then he turns around and throws that corner pass where, what's his name? I think it was Pringle.
I want to say Pringle drops it in the corner. He almost one-handed
it.
I got to tell you, that was at least an effort. Because the play after that, he takes one to the skull at the goal line.
I couldn't even believe watching the throw that he kept it in play.
Bro.
And I said,
he was almost sideways when he threw that.
Sick.
Like his whole body.
It's the nuttiest thing, but he made me feel as though he lost, but earned every single dollar. If Patrick Mahomes was not out there, that they would have lost that game 31 to -9. It was bad.
It definitely would have been a 0 because he got them to the.
Always got to one up me. 0. Come on, bro. I said -9. You know why can't you just go with the -9?
All right, so we'll go with -9. I'm sorry, I didn't know where you were going with the -9.
Safety.
That still doesn't add up. What are you doing? Listen, you don't do finance.
It's 2021. I could do whatever I want. Right? If I want to say -9, it's -9. Okay.
-9 is minus
5
2,
safeties minus a point.
That's -6.
5 safeties minus an extra point. Leave me alone. Okay, bro.
And my doink didn't come out.
Yeah, and
I was so
doink.
mad that doink didn't come out.
Come on. God, man. You're killing me, bro.
How bad were my picks, man?
No, your picks were atrocious.
Terrible.
They were. No, seriously.
I want to first apologize to all the fans out there that listened to us last week. And John hit me with the rapid fire picks, and I completely blew it. I mean, it was horrible.
If anybody wants
fun to do at the time, but man, watching that game.
If anybody has a lot of disposable income and you want a guaranteed way of losing it, listen to Mercado's picks.
If you need to write off a lot on your taxes and gambling, I'll show you exactly what to do.
By the way, your picks were, I mean, honestly.
Yeah, say it.
No, they were. I'm not going to say the word I want to say, but I'm going to let you know right now. They were bad. They were bad.
They were cacas.
No, they were bad as you get. But it's okay though because anybody who's actually watched our show for the last few months knows that Daniel Mercado's Stone Cold picks of the week are actually just that. They're stone cold.
Frozen ice pops of the week.
They're frozen. They're dead.
Oh, man.
The picks have no life to them. Do not use them
I'll pick
whatsoever.
my nose next time.
And you made it very easy for
Andy
me.
Williams says facts.
You made it very easy for me. But this is why you're a good friend.
Oh.
Because you made it easy for me to look good, bro. So I love you. I appreciate it.
I got to look out for you, bro.
You did.
I mean, I'm already taller than you, so I got to give you something.
Not by much.
Hey, it's all right. I tower over you.
Not by much.
Full head.
Come on, bro.
I can rest my chin.
There's no way
on the top of your head.
No, there's no way. And it's only because your head's much bigger than my head.
Bro, when I stand next to you, I look like Andy Williams.
Stop it. There's no way. Dude, you are.
Speaking of Andy, I want to. Andy, I told you I wasn't apologizing, all right? But Andy, I believe it was week 2 or week 3, he came on with us, right? He joined us for a show. He blessed us with his presence out here. And we're talking about Andy Williams from Simply Sports. Check him out every Tuesday at 7 o'clock on Facebook. All right? My man came out here and called. When I said the Chiefs, he picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he said those two would meet in the Super Bowl. Kudos to you, Andy. You called that out. I hope you laid that bet down.
Once again, I'm going to rain on this parade because that's what I do, and I am that personality here. So you mean to tell me that
say goodnight to the bad guy?
You mean to tell me he went with the 2 largest betting favorites on every casino site? Wow, he went out on a limb. Wow, I'll tell you what, dude.
Hey, listen, he called it though. He called it. To call it a week 2, that's pretty good.
Andy Williams said, "I tower over to both of you, Andy. I am 3'8", and yes, when I give you a hug, I am resting my head on your bosoms. Okay,
I think
that.
it's a little lower.
I get that. Maybe on his belly, but I'm letting you know. Okay, some of us weren't blessed with height, but we were blessed with beauty, brother. So it's all good, man.
Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that.
I
That's
got
so kind of you.
See, I got your back. No problem. I want to ask you, where do the Chiefs go from here?
Rob Gatos, what's going on? Where do the Chiefs go from here? Now they interviewed Patrick Mahomes,
Yep.
and I believe the question from the interviewer was, so how do you take this loss after winning the Super Bowl last year? How do you take this loss, and where do you go from here, or something to that nature, right? And he said, listen, the fact of the matter is they were a better team today. We have to take this. It's definitely going to motivate me. Now, him saying that, I think he's the kind of guy that's going to try to back, after what we just said about him, I think he's the kind of OG, triple OG that's going to go out there and work to the fullest to try to make sure that he gets back to that game and prove everybody, all the naysayers, wrong, that he can win another Super Bowl. And maybe to him, maybe he's thinking, I want to be the baby GOAT. I want to be the next GOAT. I want to have 8 rings. But man,
nobody wants to be a baby goat.
No, well, you know what I mean. From what all the critics are saying, everybody putting memes up about everything, the GOAT versus the baby GOAT. And like I said, we already broke that down. He doesn't have the body of work to be called a GOAT anything.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Very good quarterback, excellent quarterback, an MVP on his team, 100%. But he's not the GOAT. You got to put in a lot more work. You see what Tom Brady's put out there? He has set the bar to a different level. It is astronomical to
Unobtainable.
No,
it's not.
It was unattainable for him to do it.
No one's reaching it.
Ever?
No, ever.
Not in our lifetime, maybe?
Not in our lifetime. Not in anybody's lifetime.
No, I don't know about that.
Football will be gone.
I don't know about that. Football will be gone. Wow.
Football will be
Hot
gone.
take.
Gone.
Football will be over.
Football
Tom
will be
Brady.
over.
End it now.
I'm gonna give you a hot take on. I want to ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question about something. I don't know if you saw the Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
I caught a highlight of it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I am, first of all, both of them, their characters on TV, I would love to give both of them a firm punch right to the face. I can't stand either character that they have on TV. But here's what I'm going to say.
And you know what? I like Shannon Sharp because he says some outrageous stuff, and I can kind of take it with a grain of salt. But Skip Bayless, absolutely.
No, they're
absolutely.
They're both the
He
choice.
needs to get choke slammed.
Yes.
And power bombed right through a table.
It's the look. So the thing is, Skip Bayless gives you a look, and he looks like a bird, like an ostrich, right? When he starts he does this thing with his neck, right? And you want to just snap it. But then Shannon Sharp gets in there, and Shannon Sharp does this one thing where he sits back on the chair and goes like this. Skip, and he starts to get real
like I don't want to yell too hard into the mic because I'm gonna lose my freaking mind right now.
Yeah,
he starts adjusting himself in the chair.
And he said something on this past show that really chapped my ass, Lloyd. And this is what hit me. There was an article that came out that Tom Brady and Tyrann Mathieu were jawing at each other.
Yep.
Tom Brady wrote a full text message to him, apologizing to him.
Okay.
And essentially saying, like, you're a great competitor, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, he said, I lost my cool. I apologize.
Okay, first of all, that's a joke. Second of all,
yeah, smoke.
He's
about as sorry as
yeah.
as.
But did you see
what
what Shannon Sharp said about Tom Brady? Essentially attacking his character, saying he meant none of it. It was Tom Brady just playing a game as usual, wanting people to see him.
He is great with the media.
Wanting people to see him for whatever. I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Talk to me, man.
First of all, the fact that Tom Brady needed to apologize to anybody because he went on and he went at a cornerback who was crying, moaning, and complaining the entire game, right? And he was jawing at him because Tyrann was jawing, and Tom Brady's the ultimate competitor. And now you got to send a full apology text message just to stay faced. Number one, bothers me. Number two, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was one of the biggest trash talkers.
So wait,
real
quick. So, yeah, no, absolutely. And for him to criticize somebody for trash talking is absolutely outrageous.
Outrageous.
Absolutely. But you're saying that you're upset with Brady for his fake apology?
I'm upset.
Or you're upset that Brady even apologized?
I'm upset with both. First of all, I'm upset that Brady even apologized. I'm upset that the apology where he went above and beyond to talk about Tyrann Mathieu in the light that he talked about him as if he was talking about Rod Woodson or something. That's number 2. Number 3.
Honey Badger's a beast.
Or Brian. Okay,
No, I got you. He's not the quintessential. Leader of the defense as some of these other guys are. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and then number 3, the fact that Shannon Sharp had the audacity to talk about Tom Brady's apology and call him out on the radio saying it was fake and blah, blah, blah. First of all, Shannon Sharp, do us a favor, kick rocks. Number 2, bro, I don't even know if anybody watches that show, which I don't even know the name of it. It's like Sharp against Skip Bayless. Who pisses you off less? Okay, that's probably the name of the show. Number 3, nobody cares about your opinion, bro. No one ever has, even when you were playing football. So do me a favor, dude. Nobody cares. You are jealous because you are not the GOAT at the position you played. Were never considered it. So step aside while the people who know how to do what they're doing, do it. Because nobody cares about your opinion outside of you and probably your family.
It's basically the Skip Bayless show with Shannon Sharp.
But I'm so done with it. It's so soft. It is literally the softest thing.
You saying it's softer than the NBA?
It's okay, bro. The NBA is another different level of soft. The NBA, bro, we know the NBA is AKA Charmin, the Charmin League. But what I'm saying is the fact is it's crazy to even think that Tom Brady, the GOAT, had to go back and say an apology in the heat of the moment, literally the Super Bowl, where everybody is juiced up. I don't care if he went up to Tyrann Mathieu was like, yo, dog, your mom, figure it out. I don't care. Like, they're the ultimate competitors.
I want to know what he said.
Let them do what they do. It does.
Now, they say Tyrann Mathieu removed his original tweet.
Yeah.
Talking about it originally, that he called him something and he didn't want to repeat it, but he's always shown grace and he's always talked about Tom Brady with respect. I mean, it's possible. But listen, I mean, if he's they were all holding. Everybody was holding. Everybody was holding. So we're going to get into the flags in a second. But I think, dude, it's the Super Bowl.
He probably looked at Tyrann Mathieu and like, yo, you're a real big itch.
Yeah, stop being a little biat.
You know what I'm saying?
And he probably went back and was, oh, you know what I mean? I don't appreciate that you talking. There ain't going to be no more nipping here, right? And then Tom Brady went back after him.
Tyrann Mathieu should be worse. Should be more mad.
He should be more mad that they lost.
He should be more mad at a few things. Number 1, that every time we saw him on camera, he was losing eye tape. Okay? That's number 1. I got to look at a guy that started with 2, had 1, was crying, ended up with none. First of all, where'd they go? Okay? That's number 1. It bothered me. Number 2.
You're so OCD.
You're getting smoked like a Cuban cigar, my friend. I'm telling you right now, Tom Brady, at a ripe 58,000 years old, was doing whatever he wanted, was 21 for 28, 200-plus yards, 3 TDs, and by the way, he was playing with an offense that literally was picked up off the free agent wire because nobody wanted any of them, okay? Tom Brady goes and is like, yo, hold my beer, all right?
What does that tell you about the Patriots the past 10 years?
That's what I'm saying.
That's amazing.
But I get it. The Chiefs, listen, the Chiefs were out 2 of their main starting offensive linemen.
Yeah, guards are important, especially tackles. But
yeah.
No, but they had a guard out too.
And it doesn't matter.
And
it's
the reason I'm saying is because the way they run their scheme, and I mean we're going to analyze this, right? Because that's what we do. The way they run their scheme, they run a lot of the zone blocking. When they do that zone blocking, you need a lot of guys that can pull, whether it be a tackle, a guard. You need mobile guys. If the guys don't know the plays and don't know what your audibles are, it makes it really hard to move that pocket around like that because Mahomes runs around all over the place. So them losing those a guard and the 2 tackles, and then having to replace the guard who's only been there 3 or 4 games, that's huge. That's huge. But that still doesn't take away because Kansas City Chiefs lost that game on defense.
Yeah.
They didn't score or anything. That's great. I understand. So you can say it's between the point differential, but their defense did not keep Tom Brady down under 20 points, and that's what they needed to do. They needed to disrupt the middle, and they needed to keep that that offense down under 20 points to keep the game close. I mean, everybody knows you can't beat Tom Brady with just a 15-point differential.
Yeah.
I mean, he's come back 31-0, 34-0. We've seen it time and time again. The guy's amazing. He's surgical. I'm surgical with this, Jake.
No,
right?
He is
Phenomenal. Kudos, hats off to Tom Brady for winning his number 7. Lucky number 7.
It's let me ask you a question about Patrick Mahomes' career. Okay? Patrick Mahomes, does his career end up looking like Tom Brady, or does his career end up looking like Aaron Rodgers? And what I mean by that is a phenomenal passer with one championship,
Super Bowl.
or does he end up with multiple? So which career trajectory does Patrick Mahomes end up going in? Because I could tell you, prior to Patrick Mahomes, we would probably have said Aaron Rodgers would have been the greatest throwing quarterback we've ever seen, right?
Right.
Can make any pass, makes everybody better, leads the league in touchdowns and yards, whatever it is. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, like Stephen A. would
That's
say, right? So, but he's only won one.
Yeah.
Drew Brees.
And we're talking about a guy that just won the MVP.
Drew Brees, multiple 5,000-yard seasons, one Super Bowl. So does he have a Tom Brady-esque career, or will we be looking at Patrick Mahomes when it's all said and done and saying,
man, he could have been great.
wow, he could have been great?
No, I think Mahomes does have the skill set. Whether he stays with this team and they continue to build around him, sign a couple more pieces back because they got like 8 guys that are going to be a cap hit next year. I think he does have the skill set to move to the next level, to move the needle,
Okay.
and get another Super Bowl ring. Again, we said how hard it is to do it back to back.
Yep.
Right? Should he get another one? I think he can probably win 2 more. I think he can do that. And the way this league has been, where there's only one superstar defense every year.
Why? I remember before the season started, we talked about who would win, and obviously we were talking about the prohibitive favorites, and you said you thought the Chiefs, obviously, like everybody else did,
right.
you know, and I told you the Chiefs weren't going to win. Why? Do you remember?
Because the hardest thing to do is to repeat.
Correct. So I do think that Patrick Mahomes wins one more Super Bowl in his career. I say it right now. February 10, 2021, Patrick Mahomes has 9 years left on his contract. He wins one more Super Bowl, period. I don't think he wins another one. I think it is almost near impossible to win. I think, by the way,
So you think they sign some more pieces and he wins one like 4 years from now?
I think 3 or 4 years from now, I think Brady wins again next year.
Wow.
I think Brady
Hot
wins
take.
again.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host is on crack.
I think Brady gets number 8, and I think that Brady the next year comes back.
I don't care how many avocado sandwiches he has. I don't think he wins another one.
No, it's because he's got big avocados.
No, he's got big avocados.
Yeah. So I'm just letting you know, Tom Brady wins next year, wins again.
You want to eat his avocado sandwich?
No, never that. But he wins, and I'm just thinking to myself that Patrick Mahomes wins one more. And Johnny Butters, I'm going to indulge you for a second. Patrick Mahomes is the greatest player right now. And it was no more evident than it was in the Super Bowl with what he had to deal with. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is the greatest player right now. Tom Brady is the greatest player of all time. Tom Brady cannot compare in the way he plays the game, his inability to run, right, and move the pocket, to make some of the throws that Patrick Mahomes makes, to escape, things like that. Patrick Mahomes can do all of that while throwing the ball across his body, looking in a completely different direction, and completing the pass, which we've seen before. Patrick Mahomes is on another level. His team is not where it needs to be right now. So Tom Brady will win back-to-back Super Bowls, and he will come back at the age of 45. They will lose in the playoffs, and Tom Brady will retire at 45. But he will win back-to-back Super Bowls, and
Wow.
and furthermore, I think that Patrick Mahomes will only get one more Super Bowl championship.
Wow.
Yep. And it kills me to say this because as I'm watching the Super Bowl, so what a lot of people don't know about me when it comes to the people or the teams that I root for to see greatness. Obviously, I have my own teams, right? But I love dynasties. The reason why I love dynasties is
Cowboys suck.
Cowboys do suck. I'm not like you, dude.
I'm sorry.
But I'm
Was
not.
that- I'm sorry. That was
No,
my.
I'm
I
not
thought that
like
was my
you.
inside voice.
No. It wasn't. It was outside.
Pop it.
Okay, it was outside. But the thing about me and you is when I say something bad about the Jets, right? Your fandom immediately comes out and you're
Oh
trying.
yeah, I want to put you through the table.
You try and defend somebody.
I can't help it.
The Cowboys blow. I'm not defending them. You want to know why? Because I saw the Cowboys organization when they were great, and I know what they're not doing now to be great. So I've seen it. Okay. You've never seen it with the Jets.
Only on video.
So all you have is delusion. You
100%.
literally have no idea. You are like Joe Namath.
I don't know what it's like to be a winner.
You're Joe Namath smashed with a chick under your arm with a mink coat on and saying, we're going to be great this year. Like, you have no idea.
You know what? I'll take that.
You will take
the
that.
comparison to Joe Namath, I'll take that.
Nah, it's a bad.
Guaranteed, baby. I'll take that.
You'll say, I mean, I'm letting you know.
Take that.
It's a bad. It's terrible. But I'm going to answer, Mike. I don't think Lamar Jackson ever wins a championship. I don't think Lamar wins a championship. Brees is done winning championships. His body's had enough. You can clearly see he's deteriorated a little too much. I think the next.
Johnny Butters, Mark Sanchez. The Sanchez is the greatest Jets quarterback. Hey, listen, he had 4 road wins.
Other than Patrick Mahomes, I also think Russell Wilson has a chance to win a few more as long as they put an offensive line in front of him. He doesn't die before then, because he's taking a beating. That guy's taking a beating. So Russell Wilson, he needs protection, right? And I don't think Trojan's going to help him in this one.
Nope.
So he's going to need some offensive linemen to help him out. So I think when it comes to the hierarchy of quarterbacks, obviously when Tom Brady's done, Aaron Rodgers is very close behind. He's older. And I know Aaron Rodgers is trying to paint the narrative that he's going to play long. I don't think so. The years past show me that I think this season past was maybe a bit of an outlier. I think Jordan Love takes over in a couple of years. I don't think Aaron Rodgers wins another championship. Do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't.
Because with the roster that he had, the receivers he had, I mean, be it no name the majority of them or not, he was lighting it up. And then when it comes to the big game, I think he's just not finishing.
I think Super Bowl favorites coming up this year, the NFC Championship is going to be the Rams with Stafford against Tom Brady and the Bucks,
Wow.
and the West is going the
Has
AFC.
Stafford ever won a playoff game?
The AFC, Stafford has not won a playoff game,
Right. They went once and he
they lost
right?
to the Cowboys. We got a lucky call, to be honest with you, and I think that they called pass interference on the defensive lineman who they essentially said that he tackled Jason Witten.
Oh, when he couldn't cover him, so he just kind of fell on top of him.
Yeah.
It was in the flat. Yeah, all right. I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I'm thinking that it's the Bills against the Chiefs. I think that is the matchup coming out of the AFC. And I think you see Mahomes and Brady in the championship again. And I think Brady beats him again. And
Wow.
I think everything goes out the window about Mahomes ever being able to be the greatest of all time.
Oh, if that happens, 100%. I don't even know if he'll be able to live that down.
You can't now because think about it. If he never sees Tom Brady again, let's say Mahomes wins 6 championships. He won't. He'll win one more. But let's say Mahomes wins 6 championships, but he never beat Tom Brady. What happens?
But Tom Brady won 7 championships. He never beat Eli Manning.
But
we're not beating him up about it.
Let's say Mahomes only loses 1. He's 6 for 7. Tom Brady was 7 for 10, right? So he lost a few more. Mahomes has a better record in the championship, but he never beat Brady.
In a shorter time?
In a shorter time. And his one loss was to Brady.
I think that asterisk is just in his book. That's in nobody else's book. Because are we beating up Tom Brady for not beating Eli Manning? That's essentially what you're saying right now.
No, we're not.
I mean, Giants fan. That's something for Giants fans to tell.
For
but
sure.
That's not real.
Yeah.
That's it because he's playing the defense. He's not playing against. Eli Manning. So you can't really. Again, it's incomparable.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. But that was more.
But I don't think it takes anything away from him. I think we're going to talk about it and it'll be up for debate.
But I'm telling you right now though, the difference is, and the real difference. This matchup was QB against QB, right? And
I mean, it was supposed to be offense against offense, the number one offense against.
But whenever Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl, it's Tom Brady against.
All right, yeah. Narrative wise, 100%. It's Tom Brady, Brady and co.
When Tom Brady faced Eli Manning was virtually inept. The defense was ridiculous.
Yep,
bro, that defense was O.C. Umenora, Chris Canty, Michael Strahan, JPP. That defense was ridiculous.
You see the common denominator?
Justin Tuck.
JPP.
By the way,
with less fingers.
JPP's never lost a playoff game in his career, so you know.
That's amazing.
Never.
Great stat.
How sick
I
is that?
love that. I'm glad you brought that up.
That's ridiculous. But that's why, for me, I just feel as though Tom Brady, this is why I say he's the greatest, bro, ever. But it's okay. I wanna move a little bit past.
We're gonna go to this carousel?
I wanna move a little bit past the Super Bowl, but I wanna go to the QB carousel. I'm going to fire some questions at you with some QBs in some situations. We didn't get to dive into it, so I want your take on it. Stafford for Goff, 2 first-round picks and a third.
Too much.
Okay. Who wins?
Who won that
trade?
Who
won that?
Who won that trade?
Who
the
won?
Rams won that trade.
You think the Rams won that trade?
I think he's better than Goff.
Okay.
I think just for the fact that he's better than Goff, absolutely. Because if you keep those weapons and you got a stronger arm thrown to them, I think he's a smarter QB. Man, I think now you can throw the long ball because Goff is the king of Slantville.
I just think the Lions did. I'll tell you why. The Lions are always one step behind.
Yeah.
Anywhere they go in their organization.
Agreed.
Always, okay? Right? So here's the thing. The Lions were able to trade for a starting QB to stay competitive while getting very good draft capital, 2 first-round picks and a third. Mm-hmm. Now, each of the next 2 years, the Lions can package trades to move up and get the players they want to build. Keep in mind, they got Jeff Okudah, right? The cornerback. DeAndre Swift at running back. Kenny Galladay at wide receiver. They have pieces in place that they can go and do things now. And Rob Gatos, the reason why it's easy for us to say the Rams won is because the Rams got a better quarterback, right? So yes, we can say the Rams won, but here's the problem. If the Rams don't win a Super Bowl, did they win?
No.
They have to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Lions don't. So here's the thing. The Lions shipped off a quarterback that didn't win in playoff games anyway. They lost nothing. They switched a starting quarterback for a starting quarterback. They're paying less money and got draft capital. The Lions are supposed to suck. The Rams have to win. If the Rams don't win, they lost.
I understand what you're saying.
So if they do not win the Super Bowl.
Because they give up draft capital, they get a starting quarterback, whether he's better or not, if they go to the same place, that it's
They mortgaged 3 years for 1 Super Bowl.
Essentially, yeah.
They were already going to the playoffs at Goff's 2 years ago, Super Bowl. Last year, 9-7. This year, playoffs,
You had me at Dan. You're wrong.
right?
Yep.
So that's why the Lions, they finally looked at something and said, you know what? We're going to get a starting quarterback. We're not going to put in like a John Kitna or something like that. We're going to get a starting quarterback, an NFL quarterback. Whether or not he's top tier or second tier, it's irrelevant. They got a starting QB back, and they got a treasure trove of draft picks. And by the way, the Rams better bet their lucky dollar that they end up winning or going deep in the playoffs. I tell you right now, Stafford has proven nothing except that he had a good arm, right? And he's a good in-pocket QB. He's not shown me that he can win with less. Stafford has had less and never brought his team to the next level.
I mean, he had the best, and he lost the playoff game with Megatron.
Yes. So
And a game where they probably should have fed him the ball. I
Yep.
mean, they threw him like 3 passes, and then
every time they played the Cowboys, they threw to Megatron 25 times. So it's dumb to me that they didn't. But
right. Well, you know what I'm talking
it's a
about
Cowboy
because he
fan.
had one good play, the touchdown in the end zone in like triple coverage, and then they didn't throw to him again.
Yep. But I'm telling you, it's one of those things where the Lions have been perennial losers, and they looked at this and said, you know what? The Rams are that type of team that will always push their chips in and go big and huge and maybe not reap the rewards, right? Remember, the Rams doubled down on Gurley, lost that bet.
Right.
The Rams doubled down on Aaron Donald. The Rams doubled down on Goff. We've now gotten traded, and Aaron Donald is one of the most dominant defensive tackles in the game. But what does that get you?
Yep.
So you have a lot of dead capital, a lot of dead salary cap on the team with nothing. So the fact is, Rob Gatos is saying they have 3 years to win. So Rob, if they don't win in 3 years, which I agree with you, 3 years, not only did they lose that trade, they lost miserably. They lost in epic proportions. They lost. Here's the thing, though. For the Lions, bro, they already suck. It doesn't matter. If the Lions lose in the next 3 years, they were supposed to lose. Am I right? They've been rebuilding for 25 years. Who cares? So that's why the Lions won this game. That's why the Lions won this trade. And that's why, to me, it's very impressive. And you can see that the Lions are trending in the right direction, which is very awkward to say about the Lions because I don't know when the last time I said the Lions were trending in the right direction. Maybe I had too many drinks. I don't know, but I don't think I've ever said it while conscious. So you
might have said it when they drafted Matt Stafford.
No, I didn't because I wasn't a believer in him coming out of Georgia. I wasn't. So I didn't say that. I'll let you know. That's it. I didn't say that.
I'm sure a lot of others did.
But now the next piece to fall in line, Adam Schefter says Carson Wentz gets traded next. They're saying that the Bears could be a potential. I heard.
Now the Bears are, touching on that, the Bears are actually showing frustrations in that request because they've requested it. They haven't gotten an answer back or they're not getting a straight answer. And I think they're looking to dump ship.
Yeah? Don't they just know to go to the bathroom?
It's possible.
I mean, for me, I just say for the Eagles, it would be so bad. Tell me this is not a bad look. Carson Wentz goes down in an MVP season. Nick Foles wins the Super Bowl. The next season, Nick Foles
goes to the Jaguars. Gets traded back.
Well, the very next season, Nick Foles brings them to the playoffs. Right? Nick Foles gets traded. He ends up going to the Jags. They bring him to the Bears. If they end up trading for a guy they could have kept at a hometown discount when they should have kept him already.
They got a statue of the guy in the building.
And they got to trade They got to trade for him. Is this not, bro? Howie Roseman is the GM there, right? That's who it is.
Yes.
Dude, is this guy not the worst GM in the NFL right now?
Absolutely.
What is he doing?
I think the only other, he may not be the worst. I think, and we're going to segue this in a second, but he is absolutely horrendous. Because if you've given up the Super Bowl winning quarterback, the guy that beat Tom Brady, your backup, the Philly special kid himself, you give him up, two other teams give him up, he can't do anything but when he's on your team. It's the only time he wins. But I got to tell you, Nick Foles, when he's in the playoffs, he's unstoppable. Nick Foles is unstoppable in the playoffs.
I am, dude. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not viewing this the right way.
I'm sorry. Did you just say you're wrong?
No, but I put maybe in front of it.
That's what I thought.
So
sorry, Andrea. I tried to help you out there.
But the fact is that every team just wants their team to compete and win at any cost, right? Sanchez is still loved in New York because he went to 2 conference finals, conference championships. When you win somewhere, it has like this lasting effect.
Yep.
Because the team only remembers the person who won. Nick Foles goes and does the unthinkable. Bro, in one of the biggest sports towns, cities in the country, in Philadelphia, he wins. He brings them a Super Bowl, which had never been done. The Eagles double down on Wentz, let Foles go, and look at the franchise. Peterson's gone, right?
Yep.
It is so I don't get the direction in which the franchise is going. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this, for a long time, I actually thought that the Eagles were one of the gold standard franchises when it came to their off-season moves. The reason why I say is because McNabb ended up working out great. Brian Westbrook, Brian Dawkins, Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor, right? Hugh Douglas. There were so many guys that went through that organization that ended up being Hall of Fame or close to Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame-esque.
And it's one of those, what are they doing now, right? And I'm actually still a believer that Carson Wentz is still the real deal. I do believe that. I believe that if Carson Wentz ends up getting traded to the Bears or ends up getting traded to the Colts, which both are possibilities.
And both have great defenses.
Everyone's
keep them in close games.
Everyone's in trouble. The Colts have a phenomenal offensive line. Phenomenal.
Great running back. Stud running back out of nowhere.
They made Phillip Rivers look really good in the tail end of his career. Their defense is nasty. Their D-line gets at it. You put Carson Wentz in Indy in a dome with no weather, bro, there's problems. Carson Wentz, he got into a bad habit of trying to do too much. He would always run.
I don't know if it was his habit. I think that was scheme. I think they were trying to make him do what Frank Reich had him doing, and Frank Reich wasn't there. And I think they tried to scheme up something. They made him throw too many times because he was on a good trajectory passing the ball the year before he got hurt. Then they tried to make him do too much. I don't think he was purposely trying to do too much. But I think you got a running back like Miles Davis, Miles Sanders. Right? You got a running back like Miles Sanders, a dynamic running back. I mean, not as dynamic as the duo that sits before you here.
Yep.
However, the kid is a beast.
No one's like us.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got a guy like that who can catch the ball, who can run the ball, and you don't do play action.
Yep.
You don't run the ball 3 or 4 times in the first couple of drives, start to set up the play action for the rest of the game. And what are you doing? You got him throwing the ball 50 times, and none of it is to the running back, no dump downs, nothing.
I'll tell you what.
He's trying to throw over 40 yards. I think there was one stint, like 6 games in a row. Not one pass went under 20 yards.
Howie Roseman's got to go. The Eagles' inability to draft a wide receiver for this team is, first of all, They drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf.
Yeah, well, a lot of people drafted a receiver over DK Metcalf, and nobody saw that coming. I don't know how.
They drafted. Who is the guy? Oh my God, the guy from this year. Jalen Reagor. They drafted Reagor from TCU.
Yep.
Over CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, man. And CeeDee Lamb was a monster.
It doesn't make any sense to me what they're doing talent wise when the Cowboys had when the Cowboys are able to get when I saw what CeeDee Lamb did this year, I'm like, thank God he didn't go to the Eagles. Thank God. Because you have Miles Sanders, Ertz, and CeeDee Lamb. That's problems. Alshon Jeffrey's done.
Ertz fell off the map this year.
Deshaun Jackson's done. Deshaun Jackson's a chump. He's done. Deshaun Jackson's been done.
And I gotta tell you, man, Jackson, he's as great as he is and as talented as he is. He's actually because the kid can run. The kid can run from the quarterback position. He can run. He can throw the ball.
Oh, Lamar?
But Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
No. So what I'm saying, Lamar Jackson, right? A quarterback like him, in comparison to somebody like Wentz, can do all of that. But I think you get Wentz in the playoffs with a good defense, like a Ravens defense or the Colts defense, and I think he does a lot more for your team. I think he opens up. He opens up windows. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you,
you take Wentz over Lamar Jackson.
Well, look what Lamar Jackson. This is where I'm segueing.
Okay.
Right. So Lamar Jackson has now proven that the running quarterback is not good enough to win you a game, a Super Bowl. He's proven.
I mean, that's a tough one because look at Patrick Mahomes.
But he's not a running quarterback.
He's
a mobile quarterback. There's a difference between a mobile quarterback and a running quarterback.
You're saying one that's going to run first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his immediate thought is, all right, I got nobody. Check down. No, run.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So, and we've seen it time and time again. Once you shut that down, and he sees nobody, check down, and I can't run, you've made him one-dimensional.
Okay.
And you take away his star ability, the thing that throws you off whack, the thing that ruins your defense because they didn't account for it, that playmaking ability minimizes to a small window of if that gap is not there, if this offensive line does not hold a hole for me, I'm going nowhere. So
That's fair. That's fair.
do that, because to win that way, 4 games in a row to get to the Super Bowl, unfathomable.
I mean, it's been done many times.
How many times?
I mean, off the top of my head, but it's been done quite a few times.
So Kaepernick, I remember, was the
Tom
last.
Brady just did it.
He's a running quarterback?
No, but I'm saying he won 4 in a row. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about it, but he's not a running quarterback, bro.
I know, but Tom
We're
Brady.
talking about running quarterback.
Tom Brady's got legs.
You just want to talk about Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. I know. I can't get off him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
He's the greatest.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that is what she
Literally.
said. I know.
And
but
she's the greatest, too.
she is the greatest. I mean,
Second only to our wives.
only to our wives.
To our wives.
I would
right?
never trade my wife
Stephanie
in for
and
Giselle.
Andrea, I'm telling you.
Never.
You guys are the best.
The best. There's not a supermodel in this world I'd trade my wife in for.
That almost went real left.
Yeah. Thank God. You got us back on
Yeah,
track.
I had to reel that back in.
We almost we
Four
were
lefts did not make a right there.
we were almost sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for reeling us back
All right,
in.
no problem. All right, let's get back to football.
No problem. So Carson Wentz in Baltimore. You take Carson Wentz over Lamar Jackson, feeling that because Carson Wentz has a big arm, more dynamic, he can open some things up. My next question is, where does Sam Darnold end up?
I think Sam Darnold stays with the Jets.
Okay.
And this goes back to I was happy either way if they get a guy like Watson, but I don't want them mortgaging the future. So if they can get him and get him cheap, great, no problem. If not, just stay with Sam Darnold, build your line. If this Super Bowl that we just saw, missing 2 starting linemen, is not proof that the Jets need to build from the trenches, I don't know what is.
I'm going to let you know right now. I just saw reports today. Todd McShay did his mock draft. He has quarterback Zach Wilson, going to the Jets, number 2 overall.
That's funny. I saw a mock draft, Mel Kiper.
I love Mel.
I love Mel. He's sometimes
annoying,
off,
but I
he,
love him.
Listen, he hits 7 out of 10 almost every year.
He also his face reminds me of Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
Kinda
a little
bothers
bit.
Yeah, you want to punch him every now and then.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Right? But Listen,
Todd. Shut the hell up. when he gets on his rant,
he gets annoying.
when he gets
does
on
that
his
shit.
rants, you're like, I'm done with this guy, bro.
But so he did a mock draft too, and I saw the Jets taking Devontae Smith,
Okay.
2nd overall.
Wow.
So let me ask you, being a non-Jets fan, somebody who's unbiased, where do the Jets need to go? Do they need to go trade down? Do they need to? And I'll give you 3 options: trade down and get more draft capital, Zach Wilson, or or get a receiver.
No, gotta go. I know everyone's itching for a playmaker. I can tell you right now, it is not wise, a la Zeke Elliott. So you build from the trenches. You keep Quinnen Williams because they were talking about packaging him in a trade for Watson.
No way. Yeah, that would be
You
terrible.
trade. You keep him. You
Listen, if it was one first round draft pick plus Quinnen Williams, I'm all in.
yep.
I'm all in. But they want 2 or 3 draft pick plus Q. You must be out of your mind.
You definitely 100% trade that pick down, get more picks. Offensive linemen, maybe 2 of them, which not many teams do. Draft 2 of them.
2 Utes.
They need to draft 2 Utes.
2 youths.
They need, what is a Ute? I'm sorry, what
Yeah, I don't want to laugh too hard.
is a Ute? It was just on the other night.
Yeah.
What's the
I think I texted you.
what's the main actress's name? What's her name?
Marissa Tomei.
She's gorgeous.
Phenomenal. Even right now.
now,
Aunt May. I'll
in
take
the
Aunt May all
in
day.
the new Spider-Man.
I'll take Aunt May all day.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And it's something about like
I think Tony Stark smashed.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
It's something about the New York swag. I don't know what it is about her. She's beautiful.
My biological clock is ticking
My
like this.
I really I don't know. She's on TV and I'm looking and I say Andrew, I'm like, is it just me or she looks the same now? Like 30 years later.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
the same.
She's absolutely looks the same.
Beautiful.
100%.
The 2 Utes.
2 Utes.
But I think the Jets they need 2 offensive linemen, and they definitely need to go cornerback because they've missed bad on corner the last few times. They are looking still for their next Darrelle Revis. So they need...
I don't think you're going to find one.
Okay, that's rare, but I'm saying you got to...
No, I got you.
Yeah.
He's the Tom Brady of defenses.
It's crazy.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
A guy that can. I mean, and I even give credit to Richard Sherman. I mean, for being able to shut down one whole side of the field. But I'm going to tell you something. Richard Sherman doesn't play in every spot. The way they moved Revis to the slot. If you move your receiver to your top receiver, they put Megatron in the slot. Revis stops him.
He's so physical, bro.
Yeah, and he stops you right at the front, right at the line. He'll press you, and you got nothing to do. He presses you so much. He's so annoying right in those first 30 seconds. It throws you off your route, throws you off your game.
Yep.
You get frustrated. You get in your own head.
Yep.
And he loved it, and I loved him for it. Thank you for all those years, Darrell.
Absolutely. So the Jets trade down.
Yep.
Where does Deshaun Watson end up? I actually want to get into this a little bit. I have never, ever, ever seen more of a debacle than what the Houston Texans have going on right now.
Completely dysfunctional.
Bro, I have never seen a team ostracize their own franchise quarterback like they have the president.
But wait, there's more. That's right.
The president of the organization left, doesn't want to be there.
Doesn't want to do anything to do with it.
Players, J.J. Watt wants out. Other players want out. I have a feeling that they actually don't trade Deshaun Watson and he sits out.
Yeah, I was just going to say, oh, man.
You were?
Great minds think alike.
You were?
I think Deshaun Watson sits out, does not play a game in 2021, 22.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
Whichever COVID year we're in.
All the years blend together when there's COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all just
It's all a blur.
we all sit in the house for 8 months.
all a blur.
Yeah,
It's all right.
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
We're in our house right now. This is all a facade.
Yeah. Yes. This actually rolls from behind us, and we roll it.
I'm in John's basement right now.
Yeah, we roll it back out. Yep. It's crazy production that we have to you know
Have to.
have it.
Hamina.
But it's I'm telling you, man.
John Gonzalez agrees with us. Watson stays in Houston.
Gatos agrees too.
Yeah, man.
Dude, he's gonna stay there but not play. So then I ask you another question. Russell Wilson made some interesting comments. Russell Wilson said he's tired of being hit. Does Russell Wilson get traded?
Now, I think, and Andy and I talked about this on Simply Sports yesterday. I jumped in on a chat with him, and he was asking.
You did?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
Right? So
You're
I'm talking
big time. You're on other shows?
I'm getting there. John, I want you to know we have arrived.
Wow.
We have arrived. It's amazing. It was a long ride.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, it can't really be a long ride if you're just calling in on a phone.
That's right.
That's right.
It was a long ride while I was on the phone.
Got him.
Talk to you later. Car phone.
Go ahead.
All right.
Russell
So
Wilson.
back to it. Right. So I'm watching Simply Sports and I'm talking with Andy and I jump in on one of his chats and I put a couple comments in about the Jets and we're talking about Watson and we're talking about a couple other players and who I think Watson is going to go to even if he doesn't stay in Houston and this quarterback carousel opens up. I think the way Russell Wilson has been playing and played for his contract, I think he's going to stay there. I think he's just making noise to ask for help.
Okay.
I think he's got a good deal there. I think he's won a championship there. I think he loves being in Seattle. And I think he's going to stay. And I think it's just a media facade to try to openly ask for some help, not being disrespectful. However,
saying something in the media?
of course.
Really? That
'Cause,
that would strike you as respectful?
Well,
You think Russell Wilson, if he's really happy, has to go through the media? The guy who sat next to Roger Goodell during the Super Bowl in a press box, you think Russell Wilson has to go through the media to ask for more line help? Truthfully, you think that Russell Wilson can't pick up the phone and just call
all right.
anybody he wants?
So he was asked. It's not like he went out and made nasty statements,
He didn't?
right? He was asked and he answered.
Okay.
So this is the part that I think was respectful. It's somebody asked him what was on his mind. He spoke.
Okay.
Which is fine, right? But now Aaron Rodgers on the other hand,
Yeah.
he went out on a limb to be like, I don't know if I'm going to be available next year.
Aaron Rodgers makes it impossible to like him. Am I right? I can't stand Rodgers.
I love him. The mustache and everything. He's got a way better mustache than you.
Rodgers is the guy. Rodgers is the guy that every single time you talk to him, you know he's thinking in his mind he's smarter than you. He's
Absolutely.
Does he not strike you as just a prick?
Just like you, man. Just like you.
Yeah. That's why we wouldn't get along, me and Rodgers.
No, but you and I get along.
Yeah, but I wouldn't get along with him because I'd be looking at him. He'd be thinking the
He'd
same
be looking
thing
at you, and there'd be no talking.
no
Just be
talking.
a stare down.
We're staring at each
Stare
other,
down.
and I'm thinking
He'd
to
be
myself,
discount double checking
Yep.
you, and you'd be pumping those picks like
I'm looking
like you're
at
gonna
him.
do something, but you're not.
I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I'm so much smarter than you, and he's looking at me like this guy's dumb.
Going, my mustache is way better than that
Yeah,
guy.
but his facial hair is not better than mine.
No, definitely. Your beard is phenomenal.
And by the way, the only thing Aaron Rodgers has on me is the fact he plays in NFL.
And like 3 feet.
He just got engaged. I don't care about the height. He just got engaged.
Size doesn't matter.
He just got engaged. Not impressed. Shout out to my wife. Way hotter than his
Total smoke show.
fiance.
100%.
100%. I'm not impressed. So the guy's got the best arm in the NFL. You can't land a better looking chick. I'm out. Smartest guy in the room just got played.
That's where.
I'm out. I'm out.
That's your level of measurement.
Absolutely. No, I'm out. Yeah, dude. His track record. He's got some. Listen, he's got a nice track record with lady friends, right? You've seen some. Danica Patrick, she's beautiful.
Lawrence Henson Grant, he agrees. So he's just exactly like Jonathan Ento.
Yeah. Sorry. Larry, I can do whatever I want.
Wow,
Sorry,
look,
bud.
look shaming people now.
Yep.
Yes, I am. Only
Yep,
Jonathan.
absolutely.
Not everybody, just John.
It's okay. Listen. We can do whatever we want here. That's okay. You know.
We're in our house.
Yeah. No, it's not kind of shallow. It's very shallow, and I don't
what we
care.
do.
Yep. I don't care. You know. This is My Sports Radio with John Intel and Dan Mercado. This is not My Sports Radio. We care about Aaron Rodgers' feelings. I don't care.
Talk to you later.
I don't. Him, Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharp can all kick rocks, actually. My list is long of people I want to kick rocks, and the three of them are on.
Rob Gato says his Wednesday night is hotter than his.
It's a fact, Gatos.
I
I'm
believe
with
it.
you. No,
Robbie,
I'm
with you.
I'm
with
just
you,
saying,
Robbie.
the things that he says in the media, does it not bother you? The way he has handled this entire thing literally just kills me. Aaron Rodgers is so smug. Bro, he's always in the media talking about things like, oh, I don't know if who knows? It's a beautiful, what do you call it? A beautiful mystery. That was his thing. It's a beautiful mystery. Shut up, Rodgers. Shut up. You're under contract. You get paid too much. Shut up. Tired of hearing this guy. Everyone's tired of hearing this guy. Rodgers, you make oodles amounts of money. You have Devontae Adams, which Larry Graham thinks is the next coming of Jesus Christ. You have Aaron Jones, who can't hold on to the ball. You play in Green Bay. You're probably part owner of the team, right? And you literally, all you have to do is just show up, and you're already the best in the league. So my question is, every single offseason now for the last 3 years, literally for the last 3 years, and it's like he's using Brett Favre's playbook. Every year, we have to wait for Aaron Rodgers to talk about his future. Aaron Rodgers, shut up. I'm tired of him.
Just win.
Are you
Just
not?
Go out there and win.
Yeah. Bro, you're the greatest quarterback to only win one Super Bowl. Like, bro, win. Go out there and win. Stop talking about doing more with less.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah, stop already. And this is why you're impossible to like.
And we're all giving him the kudos. We all know you're the MVP. Go do the damn thing, bro.
Yeah. Stop discount double checking and maybe win a Super Bowl.
Start Super Bowl checking.
Yeah. It's
Now, I want to continue with the QB carousel because John Gonzalez. I want to play this game real quick. So John Gonzalez says, who goes to New England? Which QB? Because Cam Newton will not be there.
No, I thought it was Stafford that was going to go there. Cam Newton will not go there.
He says Garoppolo or Ryan.
So Garoppolo would make sense because he played in the system.
Yep.
So Garoppolo makes sense.
And the only reason he left was because he didn't want to be in Tom Brady's shadow.
I think Matt
shadow.
Ryan is better because Matt Ryan is more of a. I think Matt Ryan is more of a Belichick guy. And what I mean by that is he's never in the media. He's like a playbook type of guy, right? He's just going to go. He's thrown for a lot of yards. He's been to the Super Bowl.
So playbook, not
He's
playboy.
a professional, not a playboy. He's not dating, porn stars. He's doing his thing.
No, only the tight ends do that in New England.
No, Garoppolo did that.
I said only the tight ends do that in New England. Because
Oh.
Garoppolo did it when he went to San Fran.
Oh, he did? He was in San Fran?
He was in San Francisco when they said, as soon as he got there, he started dating one of the porn, like he
wow.
went out on a date with the porn star, right? But
Wow.
Gronkopotamus is the beast at that.
Whatever he wants to do.
Absolutely,
No, Gronk can do whatever he wants.
it's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Hey.
Yeah. He's the biggest. He's the biggest party animal. Now I think he's married, isn't he? Or engaged? Gronk's with somebody. Somebody named Camille, I think. Beautiful girl. Gronk's the best in the world. Gronk's actually he's 1B to Tom Brady. On the Mount Rushmore of sports, I'm taking Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, and then somebody else. Michael Jordan, maybe. Who else would you take? Of all sports.
Wow.
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski got to be up there. Gronk's my favorite.
Tom Brady, Rob
Gronkowski is one of my
Tom Gronkowski.
Tom Gronkowski is one of my favorites because you want to know why? Because Gronkowski Gronkowski lets all the white guys in America know that we have a chance to dance like Gronk. He makes us look good.
So you're saying there's a chance. Well, listen, we
have a caller.
we got a caller.
We have a caller.
Can we bring him on?
Who's the caller?
Welcome to My Sports Radio. Who do we have?
I'm telling you right now, before this call, if this is Larry Graham calling me about Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling you right now, I don't have time for this. Who's the caller?
Oh, stop.
I knew he was going to call.
Welcome aboard, Larry.
That's all, Larry. I knew he was going to call.
Get him, bud. Get him.
All right, Larry, go ahead. Talk to me.
First, I got a couple points here.
Sure.
First, I think you have to make a disclaimer for your wives when you're talking about Tom Brady. Either Tom Brady is second to your beautiful wives because of how much you're on Tom Brady's job.
All right, Tom. So, respectfully, I adore my wife. Tom Brady's first. My wife is second.
It's okay. At my house, we equally dislike Tom Brady, but equally respect him.
I mean, if I have to sleep on the couch a couple nights, it's well worth it because Tom Brady is a national treasure. But go ahead, Larry.
All right, so real quick with Rodgers. All right, the comment about the whole beautiful mystery, listen, it was after a tough loss. He came out and said afterwards that he was planning on coming back. Like, no matter what, they're human. You can't fault someone for being upset when you come back close to a Super Bowl. So take it easy on the guy.
But you come on, Larry.
Also, you guys can't give him a hard time about being under contract when you just talked about Deshaun Watson sitting out the year, and not once did you say, "Hey, Deshaun, you're under contract."
Okay, it's fair.
Breeze right over that.
It's fair.
And then also,
that's a good point.
my last
Go
point.
ahead. Yep.
My last point is this called the NFL radio show? You guys got the Knicks and Rangers both in season. Now, I joined late because I got out of work late. So if you already talked about the Knicks and Rangers, I apologize. But for some reason, I think you probably have not yet.
Okay, so first off, right?
Well, I mean, it's just over Super Bowl weekend.
It's just
so we
over
gotta
Super Bowl
recap the
weekend.
Super
So
Bowl.
we're recapping the Super Bowl for all of our listeners that wanted, because unfortunately, we aren't ESPN yet, so we don't just go on Sunday night or Monday morning, right? So we have to wait till Wednesday. So we will get there, I promise you. We will be better than ESPN, but, Rome wasn't built in a day, so we have to wait till Wednesday. We have a lot built up. We got to talk about it. Okay, it's all good.
And to be honest, on the losing streak that both those other two teams are on, most fans probably don't want us to get there because we're going to be brutally honest.
But to be fair, though,
Fair enough. And
we will
I
get
ask
there.
two questions, and I'll hang up and let you guys talk because I hate listening to you guys over the phone.
Yep.
But the two things is, one, with the way Thibodeau is turning the Knicks around slowly but surely, they play well, they're not winners yet.
Agreed.
Right? But they're playing well, they're not winners yet.
Agreed.
Does that get superstars past Dolan? Or as long as Jimmy Dolan owns the Knicks, no superstars are coming? And then on the other side with the hockey, how hot a seat is Snyder on? Like, is it time for Quinn to, start asking questions about Quinn or not?
Great questions, Larry. Awesome. We appreciate you calling in. Larry is our resident Packers fan. Obviously, as anybody could tell. Great guy, lives and dies by his Green Bay Packers, and apparently, unfortunately, by a set of teams like the Knicks and the Mets and the Rangers. I feel the same pain as him because I'm a Rangers and a Mets fan, right? Yep. But I'm definitely not a Knicks fan. You will not catch me dead rooting for the Knicks.
I am, bro.
But a couple things. Larry had a bunch of really good takes. Number one, the Watson, Rodgers, okay? With that, there's a big difference. The way Rodgers goes about it and the way Watson's going about it, two completely different ways. Watson is not coming out and talking about, the team is, I wasn't fond of the pick and blah, blah, blah. Watson was saying that he was upset they didn't include him, which, by the way, every single great franchise always includes their great QB or their franchise player in some important decision. At least they call him to ask him.
Some of the decisions. You got to get the guy's input because he's going to be. I mean, the coach is going to be dealing with him directly.
Yeah, they don't go with him. They may ultimately
consider it.
Yes, they consult him because they make him feel a part of the process. So Deshaun Watson has every right to be upset with the fact that, number one, they're getting rid of every single person that has any tie to Deshaun Watson. Anything that the strength coach, they just got rid of him.
But and also Larry, just to your point about the contracts, they've got a no trade clause, and he's requested a trade now.
Yes.
It's not like Aaron Rodgers is going, no, I hate this place. I want to get out. This place is ruined. They're not giving me anything, and they want to go. You know what I mean?
No, Aaron Rodgers is just causing chaos. He's going in the media. I don't care if it's after a loss or not. I know there's a lot of emotion. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. And the players can say whatever they want to say. It's all good, right? If Rodgers wants to come out, Rodgers wants to have a pity party for himself and whatever he wants to do. The fact is that's become the narrative with Aaron Rodgers. Every single offseason, Larry, as a Packer fan, you have to say it's a little overdone. This is 3 years in a row now. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers in the offseason, talking, is he done? Do they trade him? Is he staying? Is he happy? Does he have enough pieces? Dude, the Packers are a good team. They're a great franchise. Rodgers, shut up, dude. Enough is enough, bro. They're putting pieces around you. You have Devontae Adams. You actually have a plethora of young wide receivers. Like Lazard's pretty good. He comes up and he does some things. Aaron Jones is one of the premier running backs, just not in the playoffs. And
He's gone.
he's gonna. Yeah, I know. I listen. He just cannot hold on to the ball, dude. Him and Zeke must hang out every now and then because Aaron Jones will go 6 games of being nasty. And then he's got a game where he fumbles 3 times. I don't understand what he does.
You can't do that when the spotlight's on you.
He's bad. But the thing is, though, is they've put young pieces on the defensive line in Green Bay. They make nice moves. That, like I said, they're a well-run organization. So that's that. I don't want to hear any more from Aaron Rodgers. The situation's a little different. Deshaun Watson is definitely in a much different light than Aaron Rodgers is at this point. Deshaun Watson has 10-year window, 12-year window. Aaron Rodgers at the end of the road, he's still got a lot left, but he's at the end, right? So we're talking about them in a different aspect. Plus, Aaron Rodgers has a $45 million cap hit, dead contract weight. So there is a lot that goes into that, so I'm tired of hearing about Aaron Rodgers. When it comes to, I do want to dive into it a little bit. I do want to, I want to dive into a little bit of what he said with, I love with the Thibodeau take, very true. Tibbs has got this in the right direction. There's not much to say about the Knicks because the Knicks are, the Knicks are a team that, they're gritty. They're in games. They're a couple of good pieces away from making nice runs. By the way, the best thing the Knicks ever did was not going after KD and Kyrie. Am I right or wrong? Come on, Dave.
All right, listen.
Look at the Nets.
All right, so
They didn't go after him. They just didn't choose him.
No,
yeah, they didn't get him because
yeah.
they did go after him.
No, I'm saying finalizing
They couldn't
it.
finalize it, and that's on Dolan, right? So my issue is
He looks like a genius right now.
well, you could say he looks like a genius.
Okay,
but to say something good, say something good about my Knicks, right? I don't think they're in the wrong direction. I think they're definitely headed in the right direction. This kid Obi Toppin is dunking on everybody, and he's showing his bunnies. They brought in the veteran presence of Derrick Rose, right? And where Tibbs goes, so does Rose, right? So he's been to 3 different teams with him, and everywhere he goes, he seems to play well with others while he's under Tibbs' tutelage. And I think that his veteran presence is going to help bring these young guys back to the gritty Knicks that we used to see in the early 90s and late 80s, all right? And I'm telling you, they've been playing better defense, and their games are close. It's not like they're losing games, 131 to 85.
Yeah.
I mean, they're losing. 97 to 95.
Yeah.
113 to 112.
They're losing more games off their lack of talent, not because of their lack of effort.
I think it's more their lack of experience because I think they're very talented.
Yeah.
Quickly out there.
He's doing great.
Phenomenal.
He's turned out to be phenomenal.
Absolutely.
By the way,
probably the best pickup they had.
Crazy bright spot for them, man.
Absolutely.
I'll listen
Future
to
star.
I'll listen to a Knicks game on the radio. just to listen. You know, I like to kind of get some insight, obviously, for the show, things like that. And this guy, it almost sounds as if they talk about nobody else but him. He is dynamic. He's fast. He's got a nice shot.
And he's smart. His basketball IQ is phenomenal.
Yep, he's good. So the Knicks are definitely trending in the right direction. And like I said, I think less is more. And the fact that they didn't end up in the Nets situation lets you know that there's a brighter future in Madison Square Garden, because I think with Quickly,
Right?
I think with Randall, and I think with Barrett, I think people will see, and what's his name down low? The center.
Who, Robinson?
Robinson.
Yeah.
I think that people will see they have nice pieces. And by the way, the reason why the Nets were so attractive was because Dinwiddie, LeVert, and Allen, and they're all gone. And now look at them.
Yep. And
When
they're
you have
struggling.
depth, it's more appealing because of what you can do as a team. And the Nets, to me, were a better team without the big name players. And it's proven to be. They're 14-12.
Yep.
Right? They're 7-11 against teams that are below 500. And the fact of the matter is, when I watch the Nets, I watch a team that looks as though if the three of those guys do not get it done, they're a fish out of water.
They actually, and Larry, tell me if I'm wrong. They actually look worse when Kyrie's on the court. He looks phenomenal, but as a team, they look worse.
It's because of the fact, the reason why they look worse is because Kyrie Irving commands the ball. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Harden is trying to play second fiddle. Harden is used to 80% of the ball going through him.
Yeah,
right?
He's an ISO player. Yeah.
Very much. It's very tough for guys to be cohesive when there's two guys who do the same exact thing. And this is why why the Knicks are a true point guard away from being special, because a guy who will be able to facilitate will be able to help guys like Barrett take his game to the next level, quickly take his game to the next level. Robinson and even Randall. By the way, Randall's becoming dominant. You don't want the ball in his hands too much, but he's looking dominant. And I'm going to move over to the other side of Madison Square Garden with the Rangers. So, Larry, I think a lot of the Rangers' issues, I think that goaltending, we're very young. Very, very young on the goaltending end. I think that our offense is way too unpredictable. We do not have a good power play. We lost to a team in the Islanders without some key players in their lineup 2-0, where we could not formulate any offense. By the way, we were out shooting the Islanders 8-3 in the first period at one point and completely fell apart. We need more from Zibanejad. We need way more from Kako, who right now looks like a very big disappointment. Very big. And I know it's early. It's 2 years. I'm saying right now looks like a disappointment. Lafreniere, I don't know how you say it. I don't know how to say his name.
Lafreniere.
Early, but not enough production. He's not like, listen, we look at top picks like McDavid, Stamkos, Crosby. He's not of that ilk yet, and we're hoping to God he gets there, right, as Rangers fans. Panarin is not off to as hot of a start as he was last year. There's a lot of things that are not clicking well right now, and the players that I mentioned it's imperative. We need these guys to step up and to start producing, because we don't have the goaltending. If you remember years past, the king would stand on his head, right? And we didn't need to do very much. But I thought we started out well, where we beat the Capitals, We beat the Flyers or the Bruins, if I'm not mistaken, and we lose to the Islanders, and the Islanders are injury riddled. Keandre Miller looks good on the defensive end. I like what I'm seeing. Buchnevich looks good, but Buchnevich should not be carrying us on the wing. Like I said, Kako should be. Giuseppe, he's up and down. Kreider's nowhere to be found. After that injury last year with Kreider, I feel like he's not the same guy. He's not the same speedster. So, Larry, I hope I answered your question. I think Quinn is still the way to go. I like Quinn. I love what he has to say. I think that the team as a whole needs to do better. But it starts and stops, in my mind, with Shesterkin, and that's how I feel. We were always able to stop and start the buck with Henrik Lundqvist, and I think we need to start and stop with the goaltending again. So, Larry, like I said, I hope that answers your question on the New York Rangers.
Yep. But at a certain point in time, you have to say that Quinn has to be accountable because the whole reason he's there is young players.
I agree.
If he can't
Facts.
get it out of the young players, then maybe it's time to bring in a different type of coach.
I agree. I think you give him one more year. I think 3 years to me. You sort of have a lot of roster turnover, and you get your guys, whatever that your quote unquote your guys, right? So if he's not able to produce with getting back-to-back years of high draft picks, if you're not able to produce Alexis or Kako into anything, it's a major disappointment, and it's a major hit on Quinn's resume, But I think we got to give him another year. By the way, the Rangers fight. I don't look at the Rangers team and say, they're not in it. They're not putting a lot of effort. I never think that. I just think to myself, they never click in the same night, ever.
Agreed.
And
the Islanders depleted it's still that type of defensive hockey.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's tough to play them. So we'll see with Boston tonight. Hopefully it's a turnaround.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hope so.
Absolutely,
Hope so.
Larry. For sure, man. Larry, thank you as always for calling, brother. Great hearing you, man. Nothing but good stuff for you, the missus, the family. Love you, bud. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers sucks.
Hey, I'm going to send you your Aaron Rodgers jersey in the mail. All right, buddy.
Later, brother. Later, man.
Yeah, listen. To you guys' points, I think it's the opposite though, John. I think it's not just the goaltending. I think yes, that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Because you guys can't stop a nosebleed, but I'm telling you, you're not scoring first. You're
Put
not
a tissue in there. That's all.
You're not scoring first. You're not scoring consistently.
Yeah.
And I think that goes to what Larry was talking about, getting the best out of your young guys.
Agreed.
You need a coach that's going to pull the best out of them. They're playing hard and executing properly are two different things.
Yep.
You can play hard. They got a lot of heart. I agree with you. They're fighting.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge hockey fan, so I just started watching this in the past couple years.
Yep.
But as I'm watching now for the show and trying to do my homework, I'm seeing them. There's no consistency. They get down on themselves.
Yeah.
And you can see it. By the second period, they're already, now we're tied. Are we going to be able to score again almost? And then they get their power plays and they're not executing.
So
when you get that power play, you got to score. Am I wrong? I mean, that's your advantage.
No, you're listen, last year the difference is our goaltending was abysmal and we knew that. Our guys last year, people forget, we were so fast. Zibanejad had a career year. Kreider was out of his mind, right? That's why we signed him to the extension. Mm-hmm. Panarin was amazing, off the charts. We had guys who were fast and furious last year because we needed to produce and make plays. We didn't sit back on our laurels because we knew that we didn't have the goaltending to withstand. So we had to be fast. This year, it's weird because we're not skating fast, man. We're sluggish. We're not getting out. We're not doing what I thought the Rangers needed to do. So certain nights the Rangers defense looks good, and then all of a sudden, the offense is anemic. The offense looks good, but we give up 5 goals. So we score 4, give up 5.
No, I think it's that you might score 3, right?
Yeah.
You score 3, and then it just falls off the rails. As soon as they score the first, it's like, oh, they're going to catch up. I think they're in their own heads.
Yeah. I mean,
because they're out there, they're playing well, and you see them, you're like, all right, yeah, this is going to be a good game, and then and it's 2-0, and then the second period comes, and whatever other team, it doesn't matter. I mean, the same thing happened with them. I called it with the Penguins. I said Penguins are sloppy.
Yeah.
But but they can score. If we don't get ahead of them and keep ahead of them, you're not going to win that game. And what happened? It was 3-2. Second period, third period come. It's what 5-3, 5-2.
Yep.
It was terrible. It's awful to watch.
Our team, though, I gotta say, the Rangers are super, super young.
Yeah,
and that's why I don't want to. That's why for me, that was the only thing about Jason Garrett that I liked. The fact that there was a tenureship. Oh. The fact that there was consistency in the building, right? And there wasn't a lot of turnover. When you have a lot of turnover, players get confused and almost wonder what direction the organization's going in. Give Quinn a little bit of time, right? Your stars, all of your stars are 24 and under. I love Brendan Lemieux, 24. Alexis, 19. K'Andre Miller, 21. Kako, 19. Right? Buchnevich is 25. He's young. But our older guys, Zibanejad, older's 27. That's not old, bro. Shesterkin, 25.
Now, let me ask you again, because I'm in the past couple years. So you're saying that's not old. What's old for hockey? Because, I mean, when you're 28, that's old for a running back.
35.
Right, so 35. So that's the longevity.
Yes.
That's pretty deep.
And by the way,
that's pretty deep.
It is. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you an example so you can see firsthand why I say that. The reason why I say it is because guys like Nicholas Backstrom on the Capitals, who's a stud, 33. You have Ovechkin, 35, who's a stud, right? Carl Hagelin, 32. These are all guys who are consummate pros. TJ Oshie. Oshie's 34. Bro, these are all monsters. And they're all 34. Chara, 43. That's a bit of an outlier, but I'm letting you know. In hockey, because of the shift changes, you can get away with older guys not needing to do as much. So the fact is the Rangers have it there. They have the talent. They can do it. But I want to talk about something real quick. You mind if I steer off program for a second?
Talk to me, Goose.
Okay.
Oh, we're well beyond the off rails.
We're off that?
So let's do the damn thing.
So we had a gentleman. We're blessed to obviously have the platform that we have here. We have all sorts of people who listen to us, all walks of life, from all different backgrounds, ethnicities, everything.
And we love you all.
We had a gentleman reach out to us, loved what we did. We were on the, he loved the show, listened, and I had an opportunity to talk to him today on the phone, and he's going to be our next guest. This gentleman is in the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, fought world champions, actual world champions, in his boxing career. And it was, I couldn't believe I was honored to be on the phone with him. Santos Little Thunder Lopez, phenomenal. Dude, his story, bro, I can't wait for our listeners to hear his story. The conversation today was emotional. It was a real roller coaster. It was a real roller coaster of a ride listening to this man come from the projects in New Jersey. Hometown champion. It was an honor and a privilege to talk to him, and it's a treat. I cannot wait to bring someone of this caliber next Wednesday at the 5 p.m. hour to My Sports Radio, to actually have a boxing Hall of Famer in the building, somebody who fought previous champions in the boxing world.
Absolutely exciting times.
I cannot wait. I really can't wait. And it was a pleasure talking. I want to give a shout out. To Santos Lopez today for giving me the time. For agreeing to come on the show, bringing what he's done in his life, what he continues to do against all odds. Perth Amboy native.
Yes, sir.
So Santos, thank you, brother.
Shout to Amboy in the house.
Absolutely. Thank you for choosing us, man. For coming on, next week to the show. It is going to be major, but dude, have a boxing Hall of Famer in here, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
Major, right?
Phenomenal. I'm excited. And listen, you know how I'm a big boxing fan. You know, my brother, God rest his soul, before he passed, he was an Olympic boxing official, and again had one of those stories where it's like, so it's close to home for me, I should say.
Yep.
His story of having a rough life, a rough come up, and then finding boxing and it's giving you some kind of drive and direction in life to be able to keep yourself off the street. And when he gives you guys this story, I'm telling you, you're all going to feel it, and you're all going to realize, you know what, I know somebody like that, but this guy went to the top.
It's great.
And I'm going to tell you, all the praise be to God for every time somebody falls down in life and has that hard fall, and they can pick themselves up again. Yep. Absolutely.
It was, dude, I've never... literally emotional, the conversation.
Yeah, man.
Emotional to come from nothing against all odds, and the time that he started his career is incredible. The guy started his amateur career at 18 years old. Never was in a boxing ring before. Stepped in, became a champ. Incredible, man. So I want to give a shout out to Santos Lopez. We can't wait to have you on the show next Wednesday, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
I'll be putting out. I'll make sure to put out some of his accomplishments during the week. Mike, thanks for joining us, man. Glennie Freeman, thank you, brother. The wild card out of Michigan. Thanks for joining us, guys and girls. Today was fun. We did a huge Super Bowl recap. We even got into a little bit of hockey and basketball, which
Absolutely.
is good. Next week the football's done, right? So we'll
say goodbye to football and hello baseball.
Yeah, so we're going to talk baseball next week. We're going to talk basketball and hockey next week. We have our special guest calling in next week. So it's going to be an action-packed show again.
It's going to be a knockout.
Yep, and every single week the show grows, the show gets bigger. It continues to just do bigger and bigger things, man.
Huge.
It really is incredible. We love you guys and girls. Thank you every single week for choosing us as the place to be. And as always, you're going to catch us in 6 days, 22 hours here on HamiltonRadio.net, simulcast on Facebook. This is your dynamic duo, the greatest in the biz. Prove me wrong. This is My Sports Radio with your boys John and Tell and Daniel Mercado. Guys and girls, MSR is out. We'll catch you later.
Radio Mambas out.
You're rocking with the newest radio show on Hamilton Radio, My Sports Radio.
Deals and bonds. Hits one high. It's a dig. It is the all-time home run list.
Trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear it. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Going to be fielded by Lorenzo Neal at the 25. Chases it back to Wycheck. He throws it across the field to Dyson. He's got something. He's got something. 50. He's got it. 40. He's got it. 20. 10. He's got it. End zone. Touchdown, Mike. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
Sports Radio. It's the greatest sports talk show host in the business. The dynamic duo. Your host, John and Tell and Daniel Mercado.